amateur strategy relies entirely on being a premium consumer, desperately trying to raise millions of dollars to buy perfectly polished software, high-end offices, and elite talent to compete with the giants. True absolute power requires the resource weapon, the terrifyingly efficient realization that the massive, wealthy giants of the world are completely blind to the value of the trash they produce every day. The master executioner reveals that you do not need capital to build an empire. You simply need the sociopathic vision to look at the free, ignored, or discarded byproducts of the industry, user complaints, wasted space, open source code, and weaponize them into a completely asymmetric, zero-cost arsenal. Amateur minds operate under the incredibly shallow, highly fragile pay-to-play illusion. When an amateur wants to attack a market, they look at their bank account. If their bank account is empty, they give up. They believe that without the exact same glossy weapons as the enemy, victory is mathematically impossible. They fail to see the dark psychological reality. Wealth breeds blindness. The massive competitor who has $100 million stops looking for clever solutions. They just throw money at problems. They start ignoring massive swaths of potential energy because it isn't premium enough for their brand. The core of the strategy is the alchemy of trash. A master executioner explicitly studies the exhaust pipes of the industry. When Airbnb started, they had zero inventory and zero money to buy hotels. The massive hotel chains laughed at them. The Grandmaster looked at the millions of empty, unused spare bedrooms sitting in normal people's houses. The hotel industry viewed these rooms as useless. Airbnb weaponized this completely free, discarded trash space. It cost them exactly $0 in real estate. It was pure, asymmetric resource hacking. By the time the giant hotel chains realized what was happening, the small startup had stolen the entire globe's inventory for free. This insight is the absolute master key to parasitic growth. If you are constantly sitting around waiting for funding, complaining that you lack the tools, or whining that the enemy has too much money, you are operating as an amateur who only knows how to shop at retail. The resource weapon dictates that true psychological dominance never proudly buys its weapons off the shelf. True absolute power securely engineers an environment where they seamlessly, invisibly feed off the discarded energy of the universe, turning nothing into a nuclear warhead. The ultimate reveal. The most dangerous man in the room is not the billionaire with the platinum credit card. It is the sociopathic scavenger who just built a functional tank out of the billionaire's junkyard scraps. Thank you for listening to today's story. I hope something in it stayed with you, perhaps a new way of seeing the world, or a quiet confirmation of something you already felt deep down. You don't need to have all the answers tonight. Let go of any unfinished thoughts, be gentle with yourself, and allow yourself to truly rest. I will be here whenever you are ready for the next story. Sleep well, and take good care.